Well, for all the Magic's domination, they really were something of a mystery going into the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of people wondering what would happen if they got a real challenge from somebody in the East. Well, we found out today as their 14-game win streak came to an end in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The two point guards been so dominant for their team so far this postseason. Rajon Rondo to Ray Allen for the lay-in, and Allen just kept finding his way to the rim.
He did a good job running without the basketball, driving the basketball, but Vince Carter, I have to say, was spectacular.
Vince Carter's first taste of a conference final, and he was very good.
Matt, if somebody could have got on the same page with him earlier or throughout the game, it would have been great. But we're watching Ray Allen right here, not settle for jump shots, understanding the lane was wide open, and challenging Dwight Howard a lot on these plays. And this just the Orlando Magic falling asleep. You cannot have these type of plays when you know the game is going to be close. And it came down to being not close in the first quarter because of the separation by the Celtics.
And Doc Rivers comes up with so many plays to get his team easy buckets. And as you watch this, you'll note it's a double-digit lead throughout most of the first half as Rasheed Wallace knocks down the three. Magic 7th and 8th turnovers of the first half, both by Dwight Howard here.
I mean, and Doc Rivers talked about deflections and active hands. That's what the Boston Celtics had all night long.
On the other end, Boston gives it away, and Carter will finish with the dunk. Boston up by 13. Got good minutes out of Marcin Gortat.
You did, man. I mean, the minutes he played was huge. Got some buckets defensively, did all the right things on the defense end, made some good plays.
Jameer Nelson, 8 of 18 from the field as he gets the floater to go. Gortat to the rim. He'll throw it down. And Orlando back within 7. Magic on the turnover here. Active hands by Boston, and it's Ray Allen.
Beautiful finish by Ray Allen. I love the way Ray Allen, even though he missed a block shot, he challenged Dwight Howard early. I thought he set the tone.
And they led it by 9 at the half. Third quarter, Nelson knocks down the three. That was their first of the game at that point. It was a 6-point game. Nelson hits the pull-up. Again at 6, and then Nelson one more time for the three-pointer. And Orlando making a game out of this. They got it to within 3. Paul Pierce got hot in that third quarter. He had 13 in the quarter. Rondo, the floater.
I thought that was a big-time three, a timely three for Paul Pierce, and you can just see how good Paul Pierce is. This is him when he's grooving. And these plays right here, Paul Pierce finishing with the and one. What can you do when he gets it going from that elbow? Because he can knock it down and he can drive off the one dribble.
And Pierce drawing a couple of defenders to set up Rasheed Wallace, who will knock down that three and make it a 17-point Boston advantage. Fourth quarter, Jason Williams knocks down a three. Michael Petrus on the next possession would hit a three. Things getting interesting again as they get it back down to 10.
The three-point shot for Orlando is huge, and also for the Boston Celtics. I love Jameer. He did the right thing, trying to stop KG, then build back out to Ray Allen. But you got to understand, a quick release of Ray Allen, you're going to be late.
Stan Van Gundy gave J.J. Redick a lot of quality crunch time minutes in that fourth quarter. He responds with a floater there to cut it to 5. Howard is there on the putback on the Nelson miss. Probably was fouled on the play. No call, and it's a three-point game. Magic would foul Paul Pierce. He would hit the first. The second, likewise, is true, and it's a 5-point, 2-possession game. Now, after making his first free throw, Vince Carter's going to miss the second one on purpose. Watch Nelson sneak in on the right side. Perfectly executed play. So hard to miss it just so, and have the guy sneak in there for the layup.
I mean, beautiful job by Gortat, really occupying Rasheed Wallace, but then you get a chance to foul Ray Allen, and I counted both of these before he shot it, man.
Yep, they still had to foul. That was the only part of the plan that didn't really work. They had to foul somebody, and Allen had the ball in his hands. He put it away with 2 at the line. Boston is now 7-0 this postseason when Allen scores at least 18 points. He had 25 in this game on 8 of 16 shooting. It's Boston's 3rd road win of the postseason.
After going more than 6 weeks without a loss, the Orlando Magic almost forgot what one of those felt like. That is until they ran into a resurgent Celtics team in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Tuesday night, they got a chance to respond to their first playoff setback as the C's took aim at a 2-0 advantage in the series. Early on, it was Paul Pierce, holler from distance. It's good. Scored Boston's first 9 points. Dwight Howard, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 9 turnovers. In Game 1, no such thing in this one. He had it going from the start. 17 points in the first half. He gets his bang on there. J.J. Redick, huge spark, off the bench, contributing. 11 points off the pine in the first half. Magic closed the first quarter on a 16-4 run after trailing big early on. Tempers would flare in this one. Dwight Howard hit with a flagrant after he hits Paul Pierce. Pretty hard. Sends him to the floor. He's been in the weight room. Pierce would be attended to, but he was all right. Tied at 46 all. Pierce, yes, sir. Give me all three of these. He had 22 in the first half. How big has Rajon Rondo been in this series, though? Hustling here, gets the save, knocks it off a Magic player, and changes shoes. Not sure why, but he can do that. He's Rajon Rondo. At half, check this out. Referee Joe DeRozan gets involved with a fan, tosses the fan the ball. The fan tosses it back, and the fan was ejected. Got a feeling that this isn't the last you'll hear of that story. Back on the floor, more Dwight. Open in the alley from Jameer Nelson. Ties it 55 apiece. Vince Carter slipping on the floor and injures his wrist. A lot of guys slipping on the floor on the night. Maybe the crew should get on that for next time. BC would return to the game and be just fine. 68-60 now. Kevin Garnett to the cup, throwing it down. A quiet night, 10 points and 9 rebounds on the evening. Fourth quarter, Rondo stripped Jason Williams. They're on the break. Ray Allen back to Rondo, and ooh, yeah. You gotta love that. That's tasty. Up and under. Looking like MJ, kind of. Put some spin on it. It goes 25 points, 8 assists on the night. Dwight Howard, not too shabby. 30 and 8 for him. This one tight down the stretch. These two going bucket for bucket. Rondo slips. He's called for traveling. As I mentioned earlier, they had a slipping problem on this night. Meanwhile, it's Carter knocking down the big shot there. Orlando with a 1-point edge. Garnett answering back with the moves on Dwight. You'll take it and you like it. Fade away. Boston back out front. Pierce shooting and he's fouled. Jameer Nelson with the contact. Pierce would go to the line and knock them both down. So the C's out by 3. Magic trying to respond and Vince Carter's fouled. He go to the stripe and no, there's no way he does this. Misses them both. VC goes to the sidelines with his head down. The C's get possession, and they do nothing with it. Kevin Garnett misses. J.J. Redick, instead of calling a timeout as soon as he gets the rebound, advances the ball. Not a great decision because they don't get it in the front court. On the inbound, still down by 3. Nelson off the mark, and that's all she wrote. The C's get a big win. They're up 2-0 in the series, headed to Boston for Game 3 on Saturday.
There's Rajon Rondo, ready to go. Dwight Howard,
He's ready to go.
So
He's ready to go. Fishing.
I think he thought he was ready to go. Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
It down
That's
on
his own again.
Dunking on people at 30-something?
Ray still got it, man.
Loose ball plays, every loose ball, what they call it, the 50-50 ball, they're like 70-30 favorite Boston Celtics. They're getting it.
Kendrick Perkins, the reverse layup. Boston had a 16-6 lead in the first quarter, and then we have 3 straight bad Magic plays. Ray Allen knocking it away. They tried to get it into Dwight Howard. Vince Carter, and then Dwight Howard misses a jump hook.
Well, it's a different team, guys. The first 2 rounds, the Magic looked very, very skillful. Jameer Nelson taking over. We know Dwight Howard's not in foul trouble, but no sense of now. Forget urgency, sense of now.
Oh, his name is Rondo. He's out there playing with his iPod by himself.
Now, Smitty, this was a Smitty from Rondo. The look away, then going back the opposite direction, and one.
He did. They got to give him copyright money. But this play right here, a play I love.
Are you kidding me?
You know what surprised me, 3D and Rick? Look how quick he gets up. He's laying flat on his stomach, up, and scores the basketball. And that might have been a foul. They didn't call it. Rondo.
And one, look at that. That's called sense of now. That's called hungry.
Pretty.
That's called, I want another ring on my hand, Rick. That's
3D,
what that's
me and
called.
you will be still laying there, right there.
Put me in ICU. Time out. Put me in ICU.
Awesome. Paul Pierce for three, and it is 56-36 Boston. The game was over at this point. I'm serious. I mean, there was absolutely no resistance shown by Orlando until Matt Barnes shoved KG into his own coach.
That's the only sense of now we see. Way to go, Stan. Way to step up and throw some elbows for your team.
Look at Stan. He gets the elbow up right here. Watch.
Come on, get him
Watch
up,
it.
Stan.
There you go. Yeah, Stan.
He delivered a little bit of a blow there on KG.
Boy, Stan ripped his suit jacket on that play.
Glenn Davis puts it in. He was big in the second quarter. He led Boston in scoring in this game with 17. Rondo to KG with love.
Rondo's playing great basketball.
3D and Rick, these plays, there's nobody contesting,
Nope.
no shots, no passes. That's the one thing Mark Jackson even talks about in this broadcast. Where is the fight? If you're going to go out, if you're not playing well, still go out playing hard. I don't see that from the Orlando Magic.
And that's why we kind of started the show with the what's up with Orlando thing. We get it. Boston's playing great ball right now. They're back to being a full-on championship contender. You just thought that the Orlando Magic would put up more of a fight tonight, but they didn't, and this is what you get. 94-71 C's over Magic. You see Davis there, 5 of 9, 17 points to lead everybody. This was an ugly basketball game.
The Orlando Magic streaked into the Eastern Conference Finals, winning 14 games in a row, but now find themselves down 3-0 to Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics. But hey, if you've won 14 in a row, 4 in a row should be no problem. We take you straight to the second half of Game 4. Inside, get physical with the big men. Dwight Howard and Kevin Garnett mixing it up. Watch one more time. Garnett gets a technical foul on the play. That's the bad news for the Boston Celtics. The good news, after tempers settle down a little bit, Matt Barnes walks away, is that the Celtics went on a run. This is Paul Pierce knocking down a jump shot for Boston. Later, a little defense leading to offense. Ray Allen picks up the loose ball, goes the other way. Young legs from Ray. He throws that one down. Celtics are moving back. Then Kevin Garnett, hoop and harm. He's a little too big for Jameer Nelson in the post. Then Garnett tossing up a shot towards the end of the third quarter. He misses, but Paul Pierce outside buries the three with less than 5 to go in the third. Still third quarter action outside. J.J. Redick, huge off the bench for the Magic. He was 3 of 5 from deep. Then Rajon Rondo over to Glenn Big Baby Davis, and that's a pure jump shot from Big Baby. He knocks that one down. And the Magic's lead is down to 1. J.J. Redick trying to feed the little pick and roll move, but no, Boston out the other way with the steal, and Rondo with the lay-in. Fourth quarter action. Orlando up by 1. Make it 4 now. That's J.J. Redick with another triple. 74-70 Magic in front. Then it's Paul Pierce feeding tough inside to Glenn Davis. Then Pierce again sharing with Davis. That combo's working for the Celtics. They tie this thing up at 74 apiece with less than 8 to go. Jameer Nelson looking and finding the big man down low. Dwight Howard with the huge flush. He had a huge game. Jameer Nelson pure outside on that shot. Orlando up 4 with less than 3 to go. Nelson looking and finding Dwight Howard once again. He's just too big down low. 32 points, 16 boards for Howard, but watch Paul Pierce go right past J.J. Redick. He had 32 points to match Dwight Howard. How about outside Ray Allen, less than 2 to go. Cuts a 5-point lead down to 2. The lead at 3 with 1 minute, 18 seconds left. Paul Pierce to the rack. Hoop and harm. You know he made the free throw. That tied the game up at 86 apiece, and the Celtics looking clutch down the stretch once again. 20 seconds to go, and the Magic missing a jump shot through Jameer Nelson. Celtics a chance to win it and end this series. Less than 10 to go, but Paul Pierce loses the ball. Scramble on the floor, and time expires. So for the first time in the 2010 playoffs, the game goes into overtime. No scoring for 2 minutes and 15 seconds in until Jameer Nelson goes glass for the triple, and he wasn't done either. One more time, Nelson, the full Nelson. 2 of his 3 3-pointers came in the overtime. Orlando goes up by 6, but the Celtics, one more run in them. Ray Allen outside. He was 5 of 7 from range. That cuts the lead down to a three-point game, 92-89. Vince Carter looking inside for Dwight Howard. That's a good move. Glenn Big Baby Davis inside blocks the first one, but there's Howard with the second one. Layup and one on that one. Orlando up 594-89. One more time. There's Ray Allen. You got to guard that guy. The Boston Celtics on the comeback trail. They cut the lead down to 2, but Jameer Nelson inside gets to the rack. He misses, but Dwight Howard there cleaning up one of his 16 boards on the night. Celtics a chance late to cut the lead down to 1. Big Baby Davis misses the three-pointer, and Orlando goes into Boston and comes away with the win. They were down 3-0. They cut the lead to 3-1. Game 5, Wednesday night, 8:30 in Orlando.
Up 3-1, the Boston Celtics with another chance to close the series out Wednesday night after failing to do so in Beantown on Monday. Rajon Rondo and company with their sights set on their 21st finals appearance. They'd have to get to the Magic to do so. Rondo with the steal and the jam. Set a franchise record in that category this year. Speaking of jamming, how about Dwight Howard on the next Magic possession, throwing that one down, coming off 32 points, 16 rebounds. He came to play. He gets the block there. He was doing that all night long. 1-point ball game, Paul Pierce. Yes, sir. 16 in the first half, 18 for the ball game. Late in the first, Jameer Nelson driving, kicking out to Matt Barnes. He knocks down the triple from the top of the key. 5-point lead for the Magic. Jason Williams finding J.J. Redick. He cans the tray ball. Magic 9 of 15 from distance in the first half. Then there's that Dwight guy again. Yeah, none of that to Kevin Garnett. His 4th block of the first half. Redick, once again, feeling it. Knocking it down as the shot clock winds down. He had 14 off the bench in the game. Then there's Howard on the monstrous alley-oop. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 blocks in the first half. Part of a 28 run. Then this happens. Kendrick Perkins called for his 2nd technical of the game. Walking away, still gets called for the tech. He got an automatic ejection, his 7th tech overall, scheduled to miss Boston's next game unless, of course, it's rescinded. Rajon Rondo, baseline. Magic still up by 6. On the other end, Dwight, head height with the rim. He be jamming, giving folks the business on this night. 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Didn't get that one. Rajon Rondo gets that one to fall. 19 points, 6 assists on the night for Rondo. Jameer Nelson, so big down the stretch, their last time out. Jameer Nelson, the least of the C's troubles down the stretch in this one. They got some bad luck. Glenn Davis, elbowed by Dwight Howard, stayed on the ground for a second, struggled to regain his balance, and he would need some help. Referee Joey Crawford catching him there. He would leave the game with a concussion. The bad news just continued. Marquise Daniels turning into Marcin Gortat. He, too, would leave the basketball game with a concussion. The Magic feeling just fine. Rashard Lewis knocks down the J, 2 of his 14 in the game. It's a 13-point lead for the Magic. C's wouldn't go away, though. Rasheed Wallace, 21 off the bench before fouling out. He cans the triple. 10-point ball game. Jameer Nelson ready to put some ice on this thing. 24 on the night for him, and another one of the Boston Celtics big man injured. Rasheed Wallace tweaks his back towards the end of the game, and the Magic keeping hope alive, making it a 3-2 series. The C's playing a Game 6 for the first time after leading 3-0 for the first time in team history. They'll tip it off Friday in Boston. After trailing 3-0, the Orlando Magic were forced to play their last 2 games as if they were Game 7s. They get a chance to play in a real Game 7 with the series tying 3rd consecutive win Friday night at the Garden. Rasheed Wallace tweaked his back in Game 5. He was good to go. So was Glenn Davis, coming off a concussion, and Kendrick Perkins on the floor after the NBA rescinded his 2nd tech in Game 5. Once the action started, Paul Pierce got to work, knocks down the 3. Later in the first. On the other end, Dwight Howard, a beastly fellow he is. He scrawls. Take a second look off the miss. Howard waiting for it to come off the top of the backboard. Able to put it up and in with the foul. 28 points and 12 rebounds for Superman. C's on the run now. Rajon Rondo making it happen. 12 points in the first quarter for him. Now Rondo can score it from time to time, but he's a much better chef. Watch the dish. Ooh-wee. To Paul Pierce. So nice, you got to see it twice. Not looking. Gorgeous play. Nice finish for Pierce, who was also doing his thing in the first half. Bad news for Rondo here. On his way to the cup, as you can see, the little guy goes down hard. Celtics fans worried. Rondo would leave the game momentarily. Nate Robinson would check in. And remember, Coach Doc Rivers broke out his crystal ball about this guy.
Nate can just wake up and make shots. That's who he is. That's like I told you guys last week. Nate is not in our rotation right now, but he'll win a playoff game. There'll be a game where we're flat, and we're going to need somebody to come in and make something happen, and Nate will do that. And I told him that yesterday. There'll be a game where he's going to win us. He's going to win this playoff.
Would this be that game that Coach was talking about? Well, it sure looked like it. Nate, wasting no time, getting to work, knocks down the triple. He was far from done. Rondo likes it from the sidelines. Nate, now this guy normally is a dunker. 3-time slam dunk champ. Yeah, he can dish it too. Pass to Kevin Garnett, and then there's this in the eyes of Jameer Nelson. Nate in a charitable move, giving people buckets in this one. KG and JJ Redick showing some hustle here with Boston leading big. They both fall into the stands and scare a few folks and spill some beer, but in the end, all was well. Good hustle by the guys. Back on the floor, more hustling going on. Nate gets the loose ball, fouled hard by Jameer Nelson. That ruled a flagrant. This guy, more than a spark, more like a blazing inferno in this one. 13 off the bench. In 8 minutes of first half play, he finished with 13 in the game. Still in the second, Magic tried to fight back in it. Vince Carter, 3 of his 17 on the night. He had 13 points in the second quarter. Magic trailed by as many as 21. We're within 13 at the break. In the third, getting broke off. Ray for 3. Ensuing Celtics possession. Pierce with another huge 3. It's a 66-49 game. Kevin Garnett, you get the point. C's had it working in this one. Nobody making it happen more than this guy. Paul Pierce. You'll take it and you'll like it. Go sit down. 31 points, 13 rebounds for him. The C's headed to the NBA Finals for the 21st time in team history, awaiting the winner of the Lakers-Suns series next Thursday for a shot at title number 18.